Hi, I'm Becky Annual, the curriculum designer for Living Heritage Homeschool Curriculum from G3 Ministries. And today, I'd like to walk you through our website and show you exactly what you'll be getting if you purchase Living Heritage Homeschool Curriculum. Let's scroll down to where it says Commitments and Distinctives. We believe strongly that education is not information accumulation. Our mission is to pass on a biblical way of life and to guide students into a rightly ordered relationship of love with God and the things of God. We want your children to recognize and to love the best, the most beautiful, the most in accordance with truth. If you click on this icon right here, it'll take you to the Statement on Education and Culture. I was part of a small team that wrote this statement, and we designed it to help parents discern between biblical truth about education and sneaky false ideologies that are being delivered into your homes via popular social media influencers and once trusted curricula. We looked to Scripture to find the biblical principles of education and the biblical principles for teaching various subjects and gathered those into a short statement. Now let's look at what is included with Living Heritage. Living Heritage is an open and go family-style curriculum for grades K through 12 based on beautiful living books that will engage not only your children's minds, but also their hearts. Living Heritage is organized around 4 cycles. You purchase one cycle, and that gives you everything you need for grades K through 12 for an entire school year. The cycles are organized around different time periods in history, so you just need to decide where you want to jump in. Cycle 1 is approximately 1600 to 1700 in American history, and then grades 5 through 12 will study concurrent British history and also ancient Mesopotamia and Egypt a couple days a week. Cycle 2 is approximately 1700 to 1800 and will cover ancient Greece and Rome. Cycle 3 is 1800 to 1900 and the Middle Ages. And Cycle 4 is 1900 to the present, along with the Renaissance and Reformation. So you just need to decide which time period you want to study and jump in, and you will have everything you need for all of your children. Students of various grades are grouped together, just as they were for thousands of years. And this will simplify your homeschool. Students in grades 1 through 4 share books for non-skill subjects like history, Bible, literature, and more to make your day simpler and smoother. And this is also very cost-effective because you're buying fewer books. Grades 5 through 8, or middle school, are grouped together for their books, and grades 9 through 12 are grouped together and share books. Skill subjects like math, grammar, languages, and drawing, things like that are studied sequentially and increase in difficulty with each grade. Living Heritage offers you 2 options for purchase. With both options, you can keep your lesson plans forever and use them for all your children throughout the life of your homeschool. The first option is the basic curriculum package. These are weekly lesson plans. And we've divided up and planned out every single book for every single subject over the weeks of the school year so that you know exactly what pages or chapters to read or what lesson to do. All the work is done. All you need to do is decide what day of the week you'll do it on. The second option is the premium curriculum membership. These are daily plans. So whether you're on day 1 of school or day 73 or day 150, all you have to do is open the plans and they'll tell you exactly what to do for every subject on each day. You don't even have to think about it. The premium membership also includes extras like review, narration prompts, or writing assignments, enhancement videos, and even some exclusive video classes from G3 Ministries. Premium membership also includes a subscription to G3 Plus, which has ebooks and piano accompaniments for all the hymns, catechism audio, video teaching series, and so much more that will help you in your homeschool. And Premium gives you exclusive access to a members-only Zoom book group where I will lead us through books that are going to help us be better homeschoolers, both in our philosophy and our theology, and also in the day-to-day of teaching various subjects, especially intimidating subjects. We're going to walk through those together and read books and discuss them. And both Basic and Premium are organized, as you can see here, into ordinary days and festival days. This is one of the really unique aspects of Living Heritage. I felt very strongly that I wanted to incorporate the church calendar into this curriculum, and we all want to read those special holiday books anyway, and usually we have to cram them in around our regular school. So Living Heritage offers 30 weeks or 150 days of regular school. These are called ordinary days. And then 6 weeks or 30 days of festival plans, things like Advent and Passion Week leading up to Easter, and the week leading up to Reformation Day, and a week of Thanksgiving plans, and a patriotic week of your choice, so that you can include all of those themed books and special hymns and poems and activities, and it's all planned out for you in the curriculum. Or it leaves you flexible so that you could use one or more of those weeks for a special family field trip. 30 ordinary school weeks leaves the rest of the curriculum completely flexible for your family without having to smush things in or skip things. So let's go up here now and look at the samples. If you click on the samples section at the top of the website, you'll be able to see exactly what books we use in the curriculum and exactly what you'll get when you purchase. Here we have a scope and sequence, and this just shows you exactly what, I can click on that really quickly, shows you what is taught in every grade for every subject. And then here, if you click on Sample Books and Courses, you'll be able to see exactly what books we use for every group. Kindergarten curriculum highlights, and then every book used in elementary school, middle school, and high school. We are proud of the books that we choose for Living Heritage. They are solid theologically, and they are beautiful and true and good. So we want to make those freely available on the website for everyone, both so you can see what we're using and also so that you can shop ahead. And you can see here some of the books that we use. First, for all cycles. So these are divided up by grade because they increase in difficulty at a certain level. And so all of those are listed here. Land of Hope is the American history text we use, along with a great course on American history, and we've scheduled in a number of great courses. And if you're not familiar with great courses, these are teachers that have been handpicked by the teaching company as the best teachers on this subject in the United States. These are the teachers everyone says, oh, I wish I'd had that teacher for that subject because then I would have found it so interesting. So we've scheduled in some great courses, and these are often available through your local library's Hoopla system or as one credit on Audible. We've scheduled in some free courses from Hillsdale on the Constitution and economics and things like that, and some writing books. We also are developing a senior thesis writing class that is going to be exclusive to Living Heritage and G3. We've scheduled in Ancient Greek for high schoolers so that students learn how to study their New Testament in the original language. We have several options available both for math and for science in high school so that you can decide whether that's something that you want to teach or whether that's something that you want to outsource to an expert teacher. And then all the rest of the books are divided by cycle. So you'll be able to see all the books divided by the cycles and the time periods, all the way from history to literature and nature and science and all these things In every cycle for high school, your students will read at least one epic. And for each epic, we've also included a course that walks your student through the epic and helps them to go deeper and to understand the meaning. So here you can see cycle 3. We've scheduled in a number of podcasts as well, including Literary Life podcast episodes and a Plutarch podcast to help your students understand what they're reading in high school as these books increase in difficulty. So now let's go back and let's look at the actual plans. First, let's look at the basic lesson plans. If you go into your account, if you've purchased the plans, and click on memberships, that's where you'll find your plans. We tried to change that word, but the store that we're using doesn't allow that word to be changed. So you have to click on memberships, whether you're in basic or premium, and that's where you'll see everything that you've purchased. So let's view the plans for cycle 4. Here you have a page where you see all the exclusive discounts and benefits from Living Heritage from various publishers. And I won't click on that because those codes are exclusive to those who've purchased the curriculum. And then you have your basic lesson plans. Here you have that scope and sequence again. And then let's talk about Together Time. I haven't talked about that yet, but Together Time is the heart of Living Heritage Homeschool. I believe that it should be the heart of any Christian homeschool. It's a time of worship and confession and prayer. So for Together Time, what I've planned out for you is things like a doxology, a creed, and it's the Apostles' Creed first semester, and the Nicene Creed second semester. Prayers of praise, prayers of the Puritans that you'll be praying aloud from Piercing Heaven. And we also have prayers of the Reformers and prayers of the early church scheduled into various cycles. A time of confession to one another and to the Lord. Intercessory prayers where you can pray your church's prayer list or for missionaries or anything that's on your heart. And then we have hymns that are aligned with the time period that you're studying in history. So this is hymns of the 1900s through the present. Scripture memory, and we memorize long passages, not individual verses, so that they can memorize the whole context. And you have the option here of clicking on the ESV or the King James Version, or you can choose the version of your choice. You have the Tune My Heart Catechism, which is a 52-week catechism from G3 Ministries, and you can click on that here and print it or access that. And then you'll notice here that there's a note that you have the option to dismiss high schoolers after these poetry recitations, which is the next thing, so that they can get on to their heavier workload. But there are poems for elementary school, middle school, and high school for children to memorize. And then there is a loop where you rotate through the following 4 subjects over 4 days per week. And that is poetry reading, picture study, and you have a video introduction to the artist, and then the picture, and then instructions of what to do on the following week, how to make your own rendition of the painting, and instructions on how to do picture study. Then the last 2 subjects are Shakespeare, and I highly recommend Archangel Shakespeare recordings that you can listen along to the Shakespeare scene by scene, and then music composer study. So I'll show you here, this is an introduction to the modern period of music since we're in the 1900s. And then you have a podcast about Aaron Copland, and then listening for Aaron Copland. And then we have a podcast about Ralph Vaughan Williams and some listening. And then my favorite at the end here is a podcast about Benjamin Britten for several weeks. And then The Young Person's Guide to the Orchestra, which is masterfully narrated by Sean Connery. This is a recording from the 1960s, and your kids are going to have so much fun with that. So things like that are planned into the Together Time for all grades to do together. And then I'll show you the book list. So all the book lists are formatted this way. And you have here notes about the books and any kind of content considerations you might want to be aware of. And then the title of the book and a hyperlink to the best place to buy that, the author, the publisher, and we have color-coded our publisher list so that you're able to easily group things together to get the best shipping for your books. And then discount codes. So I'm not going to open the book list for the regular curriculum because all the discount codes are listed here in this box, wherever that's applicable, and then whether the book is free online, and then this interactive checklist where you can check whether you own the book, whether your library has it, whether you'd like to do it on audio, ebook, whether you've ordered it and you're waiting on it, whether it's something you've downloaded like a PDF, or if it's something you don't need. You can just click, and that way you can visually see everything that you need for your curriculum. All your supplies, all your books, all your materials are going to be in those book lists. And then you have the book list for each group and the plans for each grade. So let's click on grade 9. And this is what you'd get for cycle 4. You have the subjects listed here, and then all the books listed down the left side, and then the weeks at the top, week 1 all the way through week 30, because that's the ordinary weeks of school. So all your books are listed, and it's grayed out if you don't need a book for that certain week. And we have Bible. We've even included sermon series. This is 9th grade. This is a wonderful series on the foundation, the fundamentals of truly Christian living to really help them own their faith as they become young adults. History books, government and economics, literature, and we've got podcasts and helps and maps and all kinds of things hyperlinked right in the plans. You've got your English language, your Greek, elective languages. We have Latin, French, and Spanish scheduled in as electives, art appreciation, music appreciation, geography, math, and then science. And you'll see with math and science, you have several different options to choose from. And even with science, you have 2 different science subjects to choose from. In 9th grade, you can choose between an earth science option and a biology option. So lots of ways you can customize. And then these lesson plans are printable. Just by going to File, you can select the rows you want to print. Like I would select maybe 5 at a time. And then you can go to File and Print and choose Current Selection. And you can print these off if you'd rather have paper plans. I'll show you grade 1 as well. So obviously this is going to be shorter for younger children, but you have all the subjects planned out for you here for grade 1, and grade 5 is similar. All the subjects and then all the notes that you need down the side. So everything is right here. And then we also have optional ancient history plans for Group 1, which I mentioned. Group 1 only studies the history of their own country, and then grades 5 through 12 study concurrent British and ancient history streams. But some parents were really wanting their younger children to have an ancient history option. So I've planned that for you as an option, and you can click there and have that, and also the book lists right in that same document. And then let's finally take a look at premium and how that looks a little bit different. So here are the sample premium lesson plans. And here you can see that you can click on Cycle 3, which is the 1800s and the Middle Ages. And let's do grade 9 again so you can compare. You have the option of ordinary days and festival days. And I'll click on the festival days just so you can see what you get there. But here you can choose your different holidays, and then it'll pull the lesson plans right up. And you have QR codes and hymns and poetry and readings and picture book recommendations and all kinds of things in here, art study as well. And then the ordinary days are your regular school plans. You can see this is formatted a little bit differently because it's day by day. This way you can do school 4 days a week or 5 days a week or whatever you'd like in your family. And it's formatted so that you can have 2 facing pages. If you printed it, you would have day 1, and it would be this page on the left and this page on the right. And so there you can see you have all your subjects and then exactly what you're supposed to do, and then narration prompts and notes. Here's a note that you're supposed to read Microbe Hunters, and you're reading about this man, and your 9th grader might not know how to pronounce that. So there's a note that says this is pronounced Leeuwenhoek. So all kinds of little helps like that are included in the premium plans. And hyperlinks and everything still in here, just like the basic. But you can see that this is daily. So it tells you exactly what to do, what pages to read, what lessons to do on each day. That is a really open and go option, and I think will help really simplify your homeschool, especially if you're not one to mess with homeschool plans, but you just want to be told what to do. Although both basic and premium plans are editable, so you can make substitutions as needed. And if you're ready to purchase, you can just click Buy Now, and the website will walk you through all the information you need to make your purchase and get started right away with Living Heritage Homeschool. I hope this was helpful. If you'd like more information, click on our website and go to the Frequently Asked Questions page. And if you've already purchased the curriculum and have questions, feel free to email us or join our thriving Facebook group that is for members only, where we answer all your questions and share ideas about how to use Living Heritage in your homeschool.